Jakub Kiwior makes astonishing claim about Arsenal transfer exit, and final day at Club Arsenal let Jakub Kiwior leave for Porto on a season-long loan that will become a permanent transfer after lining up a deal to sign Piero Hincapie from Bayer Leverkusen. Jakub Kiwior has revealed that he only learned that his move to Porto had gone through after seeing the news on social media. Kiwior has left Arsenal to join the Portuguese side on a season-long loan that will turn into a permanent £22.5 million transfer next summer. The Polish defender made 68 appearances for Arsenal after joining from Spezia in January 2023, but never nailed down a starting spot. He was used as a backup centre-back by Mikel Arteta and was keen to secure some more regular first-team football this summer. His exit only became viable once Arsenal had lined up a move for Bayer Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapie as a replacement. But Leverkusen's negotiating led to frustrating delays in Kiwior leaving for Porto, creating a confusing situation for the 25-year-old. It was difficult to say goodbye to Arsenal because I didn't know when it would actually happen, he told reporters after joining up with Poland on international duty. If I had known the exact day in advance, I would have had time to prepare. In the last 3 days there, I didn't know which would truly be my last. Fabrizio Romano announced, "Here we go," and I started receiving dozens of messages and calls congratulating me. I was starting training. The players saw it on their phones and asked me why I had put on my kit if it was already closed. I refused to say goodbye there because I still didn't have information about what might or might not happen. The next day I returned, already knowing I could say goodbye. I went to the pitch to say goodbye to my teammates and the coach. They set up a farewell tunnel, and it was tough. I didn't have everyone I wanted to say goodbye to, and I still had to make some phone calls. With Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba secure as Arsenal's first-choice centre-back pairing, Kiwior had to be patient for his opportunities under Arteta. He played at left-back as well as in the centre of defence when injuries or rotation allowed, but has a clear preference of position. "I feel more comfortable playing left-back," he said. "My experience at Arsenal has given me great quality with the ball at my feet. It's a great pleasure for me to sign for FC Porto because I know the history and know this is a great club, so I'm very happy. I was really looking forward to getting here and discovering everything about the club. This isn't the best of times because we're on international break and I have to wait another week to meet the fans and understand the atmosphere." Arsenal news. Summer signing reveals transfer regret as Sporting chief speaks out on Gyökeres. Things are beginning to settle down after the conclusion of a busy summer transfer window, which saw 8 players arrive in a £250 million splurge by the Gunners after an extremely busy summer in which Sporting director Andrea Berta splashed the cash on new signings. Things have begun to quiet down at Arsenal. With the international break arriving straight after transfer deadline day, there has been a chance to reflect for the Gunners. Over £250 million was spent to bring in Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, Noni Madueke, Christian Mosquera, Christian Norgard, Ebereki Eze, Kepa Arrizabalaga and Piero Hincapie, with 12 players heading in the other direction. Arsenal hope that their work in the transfer market will help Mikel Arteta's side bridge the gap after 3 straight second-place finishes in the Premier League. But their limitations were evident once again in the 1-0 defeat by Liverpool on the weekend. It is the Gunners' business in the transfer window which dominates the news agenda today, so allow Mirror Football to take you through the best of it. Arsenal paid an initial £13 million to sign Mosquera from Valencia in July, with the young Spaniard coming to bolster the defence. Having come off the bench against Leeds to make his Premier League debut, he made a significant contribution as an early substitute for the injured William Saliba at Anfield on the weekend, and is happy to have earned such a move. However, the 21-year-old does harbour some regrets over the nature of his move from Valencia to North London. It's clear that when you leave what has been your home, you would like everything to be a little different, both the statement and the things that have come out, he told Cadena Ser. "I'm never going to speak badly of Valencia because I'm a Valencianista, and it's a club that has given me everything. I would have liked it to have been a little different, but sometimes in football you have to look out for yourself, and there will be parts that you understand, and others that you don't. I'm calm because every time I put on the Valencia shirt, I gave everything. The £63.7 million deal that brought Gyökeres to Arsenal to Sporting Lisbon was much more dramatic than the one for Mosquera. Sporting president Frederico Varandas was at the centre of the saga, which became very bitter as the days ticked by. Sporting fined Gyökeres for refusing to train with his teammates after the striker claimed the club had broken promises over a transfer. Having been given time to reflect, Varandas is now happy to move on. "I sent a message to congratulate Gyökeres," he told reporters this week. "Gyökeres will always be a legend for this club, and as Sporting president, I will always defend the legends who have represented the club. Victor was one of the greatest professionals I had here until the end of last season. He is a legend of Sporting and one of the best players in the club's history. Arsenal were desperate to offload their unwanted fringe players on deadline day and eventually waved goodbye to 6 on September 1st. But their desperation meant that they didn't always get the best deal. Hamburg signed Fabio Vieira and Albert Sambi Lokonga, players signed by Arsenal for £30 million and £17 million, for a combined total of just £260,000. Vieira has joined the newly promoted Bundesliga side on a season-long loan, and they won't have to pay a loan fee if he plays regularly, while Sambi Lokonga left for a nominal fee, having entered the final year of his contract with Arsenal. Neither player worked out at Arsenal, spending last season on loan elsewhere, and Arteta will be pleased to see the back of them. But Hamburg believe they have secured bargains due to Arsenal's position.